Well, hello, my name is Bruce Langton, and I've been an artist all my life. And actually, since the third grade was probably the first time that I really decided that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, be an artist. And by the time I was in the seventh grade, I knew I wanted to be a wildlife artist. And for many years, I have been a wildlife artist and have really done a great job of, doing what I wanted to do. But there's one thing in my life that I wanted to fulfill, and that was to illustrate children's books. And that's what I'm here today to kind of talk to you about. I started illustrating children's books about 8 years ago, and it's been really rewarding for me. And the first series of books that I did was an ABC series all about different states. And one of the books that I actually illustrated was B is for Buckeye, which is all about Ohio. And just to give you a little bit of information about how I illustrate, I do work from photographs, and I just want to show you a couple pages in the book here. This page right here was all about the letter I. I is for the inventors of chewing gum and bubble gum. Well, the inventors of chewing gum and bubble gum came from Ohio. And I really didn't know how I was going to really portray this page. And my son, who at the time was in the 5th grade when I was illustrating this book, came home from school one day, and I asked him, I said, how would you illustrate this page? Because he had a lot of art talent himself. And he said, Dad, that's really kind of a tough thing to do. I is for the inventors of chewing gum. He says, I'm not sure he said, why don't you just have fun with it? Why don't you just show a picture of a little boy blowing up a great big bubble? And I thought, you know what? That's really a good idea. So this is my son. This is Rory. He had 5 pieces of bubble gum in his mouth, and he blew this great big bubble, and he squinted his eyes and puffed out his cheeks, and I said, hold it right there. Let me take a picture of that. So I took a photograph of that, and then this is a little girl that lives across the street. I photographed her in this position too. And that's how I do my illustrations. I'll use photographs in a lot of the cases, especially if I'm working with human figures. It really speeds up the process. So that was dedicated to Rory, my son, because that was his idea to come up with that page. This is another page. This is for the letter J. J is for Johnny Appleseed. And I really didn't know what to paint for this page either. So one day, this little boy right here was playing in our backyard. That's Charlie. He lives 2 doors from us. That's Rory's best friend. And I said, hey, Charlie, do you want to be in my book as Johnny Appleseed? And he says, yeah, that sounds like fun. So he came in my studio. We rolled his pants up, and he kicked off his shoes, and I told him to pose like that. And I took the photographs of him, and that's the photographs that I used to do this painting. The background is all made up. So as I'm illustrating these books, I can either work from photographs or I can make up the background, and that's pretty much how I put all the books together. This is another book, V is for Volunteer. This is all about Tennessee. I also did a number book for Ohio. This book is called Cardinal Numbers, and there again it's all about the state of Ohio. I've also done some national books. This one here is P is for Putt. It's all about golf. I'm a golfer myself, and some of the illustrations in here were actually done of my son Rory again. It was actually kind of nice for my son to be growing up living at home, because I was able to just grab him and photograph him whenever I wanted to. This is my son Rory when he was in high school. You saw the pictures of him earlier when he was younger. This is when he was in high school, and he actually played high school golf, so I was able to put him in quite a few of my books. There's also one other picture in here I want to show you. I'm a golfer myself, and the only way that I'm ever going to be able to win any kind of trophy in golf is if I just make it up and paint it myself. This is me. This is me kissing a trophy that I'll probably never win. Thank you very much. I had a great time, and enjoy your stay.